Hello all. In this video, let us take a look into a new feature of calculated tables in SQL Server Analysis Services tabular models. Calculated tables are nothing but we can create a derived table or we can create a copy of an existing table in the model using DAX formulas. Using these calculated tables, we will be able to create a kind of a summary tables from the existing table which has been already imported inside the model, and also we can implement the role-playing dimensions in the tabular model, which is not being supported in our previous versions. In the previous version, just in case if we need to use two date dimensions linked to a fact, we will import the date dimension twice and then only we will be able to establish a relationship to the fact. But using this calculated table, we can import the date dimension table only once, and then we can create a calculated table from that imported date dimensions. In that way, there is no need to import the table twice, and as well as there is no need to process the table twice as well. So let us take a quick look on a demo how to create this calculated table. So in this model, we are having a fact called fact deposit, which holds the transactions, which will have a kind of a cash transaction or check transaction. Cash transaction would have a deposit date and the realized date of same value, but for check transactions, the check should be deposited, it should be realized after some days. So we are having two columns over there, like deposit date and realized date. So already date dimension has been imported for the deposit date, and which has been linked to the deposit date key. Now let us try to create a calculated table for the realized date key from this deposit date. So to create the calculated table, we can go from the table, and then we can use this new calculated table, which will get enabled when we are going to the grid view. You could see that this new calculated table menu here, from here we can pick it up, or we can use this icon over here. So let us click this icon. So here is where we will type the DAX table expression to create the calculated table. So here there are two ways we can create it. We can just create the exact copy of the same table, or we can write our own DAX formulas to filter the data, or we can create tables by combining two or three other tables as well. So for this demo purpose, now let us create the exact same copy of the deposit date table. So all we have to do is we have to just specify the table name and say OK. So if you notice, now the exact copy of the deposit date has been created over here, and it is exactly same as like the table which has been already imported. Whatever you could do on top of an imported table, you will be able to do on top of this calculated table also. Like you can create a calculated measure, you can rename the table, and if you go to the properties, you can set the format, data type change, and you can hide the columns, and you can do everything similar exactly to the imported table. Now let us try to rename this table to realized date, and also this column name also to realized date. Okay, as we have done the changes, you could notice that this calculated table has been created, and now we can establish a relationship between the date key and this realized date key. So in this way we will be able to implement a role-playing dimension. Now let us try to build and process these tables to see how this behaves. So let me try to build it and deploy the solution. So this is our deployed database, and you could see here in the list, you could see that realized date is also available, And let me quickly go to this process table option and choose all the tables including the realized date. I'm just, for example, I'm choosing process full and say OK. If you notice here in the processing part, the realized date itself is not appearing. It means that the deposit date only is being processed, and the realized date will be a kind of a calculated table on top of this deposit date. So it will not be processed twice basically. So here, as I was mentioning earlier, here we have taken the copy of the deposit date. Instead, we could be able to write our own DAX calculation. For example, if you want to just import only the data for the year 2015 and the month February. Let us try writing that DAX formula for importing the same. Here let us put deposit date year is 2015 and deposit date month number is 2. So now you notice that only the subset of the data is being imported over here. Similar fashion, we will be able to write more complex DAX formulas as well to import summarized data, or to create a calculated table which is specific for our report needs. So that is the calculated table, and the latest CTP of the SQL Server can be downloaded from this path. And thank you very much for watching this video. I will meet you all soon with my next video. Thank you.